Greetings, Earthlings. I am Planet Mitch. If you haven't heard of me before, I don't know why you haven't. I am so internationally famous that everybody knows me, right? I'm the Money Man. Are you a film editor? Are you a guy or a gal that edits film, TV shows, movies, independent movies? Last night I had a conversation, a long conversation, if you happen to tune into any parts of it, about a new amazing opportunity called Searchie. And Searchie is going to change the way people handle their video or their audio content. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know who Guy Kawasaki is. I can't really claim to know him. he He's said my name half a dozen times this evening because he was on Facebook Live talking about his new podcast. And I happened to mention Searchie to him because it works for audio. I don't know whether he's going to do anything about it. If you don't know, he used to be Steve Jobs' right-hand man at Apple. He was the Apple Mac evangelist, the first evangelist at Apple. And he's written books. He's co-owner of Canva, if you've ever used Canva. He's written books, and he also is, I think, co-founder of The Garage, which is like a venture capital firm that goes out and funds new startups and tech companies and stuff. So he's a pretty big, famous guy. I just happened to get him to say my name multiple times today, so I was having a lot of fun. Hi, Shamal. Greetings, and thank you for popping in and commenting, because that's the key to get my video shown to more people. Now, so we had a conversation last night about Searchie, and Shamal wasn't here, but several other folks were. Jason and Bruce Kraft was here, and we had a long conversation about Searchie. Now, Searchie, to give you a short synopsis, is basically take all of your video content and your audio content, transcribe it, and slap a search engine on top of it. So basically, you create a Google or a YouTube of searchable video content or audio content. I mentioned it to Guy Kawasaki because he's starting up a podcast. I'm like, this is a perfect time to create a searchable index for your podcast. He probably doesn't understand what it is yet, and he may not even pay any attention to me because I'm maybe looking like I'm spamming him with some new startup, right? But I have gotten myself branded a couple of times on his Facebook feed as top, what do they call it? Top, not influencer, but top fan or whatever. All right, so, hi Tony. Tony Kashawi is here. Kashawi. I guess it's an AI-powered tool. That's where the future is going, Shamal says. Yes. So, December 12th, next Wednesday, I think it's a Wednesday. Is that? No, it's a Thursday, because today is a Wednesday and today's the 4th. Hi, Joanne. So any place a content creator creates video, and I was talking to, so anyway, all right, so here's the scenario, right? You create video content. Let's just say you have a training program and it's 20 videos. And people constantly that buy your program constantly come to you and they say, where was the answer to that question about SMTP? Some strange thing maybe that you have in your software. And you go, well, I think it was in module 5 or somewhere about 30 minutes in or 15 minutes in or whatever. With Searchie, it indexes all of your text inside of all of your videos and audios. And so you just go to Searchie and type in SMTP, and poof, you're right there in the video where you say that phrase. And that's going to be so freaking valuable in so many different ways. People haven't even thought of all the different ways. We talked last night extensively about different ways you could potentially use this. And one that I talked to my good friend Barry Anderson today, who's a filmmaker. And I said, hey, Barry, what do you think of this? He's like, that sounds freaking cool. I think an editor would really love it. He said, as a director or producer, I don't particularly need to get in very often and find individual scenes that somebody said a particular word or phrase. So Shamal just said, search within videos. That's awesome. So nobody's asked me yet, but let me give you a demo. How about a demo? Maybe it will ring some bells if I do a demo. Let me switch over to my desktop. I happen to have a website called Searchie Pro, which I have created because I think this is a freaking awesome tool. And I have the ability to make some money by selling it. There's an affiliate commission. If you happen to get involved, you can get affiliate sales. So I've created this website, kind of a single page kind of thing right now, but on it is a little brief description about what it is, and then there is a demo. So right now this is a pop-out demo. You can do the search itself in several different ways, but this is a pop-out. Over here on the right side is going to be a pop-up window that's black. You can make it look whatever colors. I picked this gorgeous blue and a black background. You could do white, you could do whatever. I happen to know a search term. We were just talking about it. SMTP is in some of the videos that I have uploaded into my searchie. So I'm going to put in SMTP and I'm going to hit go. And it gives you the results in kind of a typical Google kind of way, right? Showing 3 results, it says right here. You guys can see this, right? Oh, I need to get rid of Shamal's comment. Let me get rid of my face, too. You don't need to see my face, right? Let me get that out of the way. So over here is the widget, the searchy widget. I'm sorry, over here. I'm pointing it on the wrong screen. And you see showing 3 results. And then here's the name of the video that I have used that word. And here's another one. And then there's a third one. But notice there's this little play button. And if I click anywhere in here, what it actually will do is load the video and go right to that particular section where I say the phrase, and I don't think you can hear the video playing. Maybe you can. I need to test that. I don't remember whether you can hear it or not. But it starts right at the beginning of the sentence where I said that phrase. It's not even right on the word. It's at the beginning of the sentence where that word is used. So it makes more sense because you get to hear the whole sentence. Now, how freaking cool is that? Somebody just say, that's freaking cool. So I'll go up here. This one is at 16 minutes and 22 seconds into the video. It's, again, a Facebook Live that I did. So there you go. It goes right into the video. Right here below is the text. I eventually get to the phrase of SMTP. How freaking cool is that? If you have any kind of video content, I think that's pretty freaking cool. I think it's amazing. I suspect, as I was talking to Barry, that a filmmaker or an editor, as he said, would want to be able to, maybe you have daily rushes, or maybe you're getting ready to edit and you've got multiple scenes where a particular phrase is said. And you want to see all of 3 of them or 4 of them, whatever the results are, and be able to see them side by side and edit from that. Folks that aren't editors, maybe not totally grasping how cool that would be. And again, I'm not an editor, so maybe it isn't cool. That's why I was kind of hoping maybe an editor would pop in and have a look and see whether they think that's cool. But again, imagine a tool. I happen to use a tool called UpViral for my contests and giveaways. I've already told them about this tool, but imagine them creating a library of all of their training, and instead of going in and getting textual help, you get videos where you go straight to the video. Say you're doing fraud detection, and that's discussed in 2 or 3 different videos, and you could go straight to that section for fraud detection. The guys that have created Searchie put this on their own website back in June, and their support emails went down from 80 to 100 a day down to about 10 emails a day. That's pretty significant time savings. Nobody said anything. I'm thinking this is pretty cool. Shamal said a minute ago that it was pretty freaking awesome. I think it's pretty freaking awesome. But it gets even better. So take this Facebook Live video that I'm doing right now. I'm just going to switch back to my face. Shamal says, I just tested it on your site. Thank you. It is pretty cool. I think this tool is helpful for both users and content creators. Absolutely. I got something in my eye that's driving me crazy. Yeah, the whole point is for the user, Shamal. It is very helpful for me, because, and I haven't told you about the tool, the automation side of it. But as a content creator, it takes the burden. I mean, how many times I'm in the UpViral group and somebody asks a question, and I go, oh, I know I've got that in a video somewhere, and I go over to YouTube to my creators channel, and I go to their search and I type in SMTP, for example, and YouTube searches the titles, right? It searches the titles. I'm getting close because this excites me. And the keywords and whatever metadata you have, but it's not searching inside the video. So anyway, I grab whatever URL for the video is, and I bring it back over to the UpViral group, and I give people the URL and say, you know, if I happen to set it to go to the right minute. With Searchie, all I have to do is upload my videos, and I'm going to tell you about the automation part. All I have to do is upload them, let Searchie do the transcriptions, make some potentially minor edits to its interpretation, its translation, transcription, and then I just tell people, hey, go over here to my Searchie widget and do your search over there, and you'll find 3 videos that talk about SMTP. You can go find the answer without having to bug me. You don't even have to ask the answer in the first place inside the UpViral group. Saves you people time. Saves people time, which is money, right? All right, so the automation side of it, get this. Shamal just said, bless your heart, Facebook search is not good. You will not get what you want most times. I would say make that 99% of the time. I can never find anything in Facebook search. All right? Even inside just a group, right? I shouldn't say I find things because I know what the keyword look for, I think. But all right, so let's talk about the creator. This Facebook video right now, Searchie is watching my Facebook feed in the background. And after a new video gets uploaded to Facebook, Searchie goes, I see a new video that Mitch did. Hooray! And it takes that video, uploads it to Searchie's website, does the transcription, and adds it right to my searchable index, the one that you guys have access to. What are my hands doing, Mom? Look, Mom, no hands. I didn't touch that. It happens automatically if I tell it to do that to my Facebook feed. I no longer have to go through the process of going, oh, I just did this video on Facebook. I got to download it. I got to send it over to rev.com to have it transcribed. When they get done with it, 2 or 3 days later, they send it back to me and say, we're done. And then I have to go upload it somewhere else. Hands off. Hands off, Mitch. Does that for YouTube, does it for Vimeo, does it for Facebook, will do it, doesn't do it right now, but they say it will do it for Amazon S3. We'll do it for some other places in the future. So it's a hands-off process. How astounding is that?
Oh boy!
That's pretty frickin' astounding. And every word in there is searchable. Did you try, Shamal, the word the? Try the word Mitch. Try the word, I think I used the word bear somewhere. And one of the things that we talked about last night with the guys that were on last night is that it starts getting you, once you start thinking about this, the example is a podcast, right? Let's suppose you have some of the podcast owners have started saying at the end of their podcast, no, go to our website and if you want to come back and listen to this again, search for episode number 52, Betty Lou Does Dallas, whatever the title is. The title is the show, and you can listen to the whole show. But what? just picture this. What if you're the podcast creator and you start throwing in special words like the word penguin that or SMTP, I didn't do penguin. Penguin's another one that I said. In 2 videos, I said the word penguin, and now I've said it in this one, so this one will show up. Shamal says, I tried the word up viral and the tool provided several results. Guess what, Shamal? I've only loaded like 10 videos up there so far. I've been so busy doing other stuff. Right now, I have to do the manual stuff and take my old videos and upload them. Because the YouTube connection isn't there yet. It's going to be there. They say it's done. They're just waiting for YouTube to approve it. The Facebook connection does work. So I don't have all my content there yet. That's because I'm slow and I get distracted and I don't have a VA to make all the work happen for me. But there are some minor issues with the transcription, right? Sometimes when I say the word up viral, it thinks I said 2 words, like up and viral, right? Because it's not trained yet. So they're adding AI where once I teach it that I've said up viral, and that's a real word, or something like my last name or Shamal, because I've said your name multiple times, it's probably not going to understand Shamal. So you teach it, and then later on it will recognize that anytime you say that phrase. I tend to not edit the transcriptions right now because I don't want to go through that process. It's time consuming. It's labor intensive, right? Because you got to listen to it, or they, at least in the editor, they pop up words that they think they didn't quite get right. So you can go through and kind of look at some of the words that it didn't get right. For some reason, every time I say the word to, as in T-O, as in go to the store, for some reason it puts T-H-I-O, like somebody's name. Theo. But there's a bulk editor, so I can change all the T-H-I-O's to T-O and be done with it. But actually, I don't really care, because that's not a word that I expect people to be indexed searching anyway, right? I've done it on a couple of the videos, and by the time I started thinking about it, I'm like, I don't care about that. I don't care if it's misspelled, because people aren't going to search for that word. I don't need it to be letter perfect for every frickin' word. Anyway, I still think that a segment that is yet to be really talked about is this editing for filmmakers. Content creators. Last night, Victoria talked about schools that have online training. They can use this tool to suck in new modules as the teachers do their thing, have it transcribed, and that makes it ADA compatible, compliant. There's a savings. Making all of your videos ADA compliant for teachers and schools and stuff. That's another frickin' benefit that nobody's really talked about. So I think this is going to be a revolution. Now, what I haven't told you is that you can't buy it right now. December 12th is going to be the day that you'll be able to go back and buy it. I bought it on a founder's lunch 2 months ago when they were doing beta stuff. So I have some early access to it. But it will be available starting December 12th. And the other thing I mentioned a minute ago is that as soon as you buy, and it is a monthly or an annual membership, it's not a lifetime deal. A lot of us try to do LTDs, lifetime deals. They're not going to do, they've said they're not going to do a lifetime deal. But there is a discount on the annual if you do the annual purchase. Once you buy in, you instantly become an affiliate. And so the commission is 30%. So if you get 3 people really excited about it, then it costs you basically nothing every month. Okay? The math is you really need 33%, right? 33 1/3%. So you're going to be about 9% short if you just get 3 people. So you really kind of need 4. But I created Searchie Pro because I want to try to be one of the first in the industry that has a website dedicated to the tool, because I want people to find me and to buy through my affiliate link, which if you clicked on the buy thing, right now it takes you to a webinar that they're going to do on December 12th. Going to go through a lot of the material like I've just done. And then you'll be able to buy. You can instantly become an affiliate. You get an affiliate link right inside the tool, and then you can go promote it and get 30%. And that's every month recurring revenue, unless they buy the annual. Okay, then that's not recurring every month, but you get a big lump sum at the beginning of every year when those people buy. You get the point. Anyway, I'm pretty freaking excited about this tool. I really, really think this is going to change the way some people think about their content. What I started to say was you could, have some fun and start popping in keywords. Like if I said the word pencil. I haven't said that one that I know. Pencil. And you could say at the end of your podcast, now this segment is named Pencil. So people could get right to a particular segment in your podcast episode 58. Next time I do a podcast, I'd use a different word. Right? Hanger. Pen. Start using different words that are unique-ish, like penguin, to identify certain segments. You could do, what I started to say is like a scavenger hunt and get people to search for specific words and say, all right, what was the topic of that segment where I said the word penguin? Whatever. I mean, you could have some fun with it. But you also might start thinking differently about how you create your videos. For example, the one that I did last night where I rambled and had a conversation for an hour and a half with people, maybe I don't want to have that one automatically uploaded and transcribed, because I don't know that half of it's 2/3 of it is valuable to people. Maybe when I start doing my Facebook Lives, I try to make them short and succinct, stay on topic, so then it becomes a valuable lesson and people don't get lost in the weeds, right? Obviously, if you're doing a podcast, you're trying to not get lost and ramble like I tend to do. So that's searchie. For those of you who are still here, I appreciate you. If you have any questions about searchie, I will be talking about it again between now and December 12th, I'm sure. So pop in, ask me questions if you happen to ask a question here after I end the broadcast. And let me go, I got some new sounds.
Mitch is here.
Spell it out for me, won't you, Mitch?
I did spell it out for you. So that's searchie. I'd love to know what you think. Is it something that you would be interested in? I think it's going to be a game changer. I think it's going to change the way people think about their video. Pete Stone, hey, thanks for popping in. What am I using for my Facebook Live? Mitch Onger. Don't have to be so formal, Pete. Pete Stone. I'm using Ecamm for the Mac. Ecamm is a great little broadcasting tool. There are other tools like StreamYard, and BeLive is still popular. This one happens to be Ecamm. It was, initially Ecamm was a single purchase. So I bought it when it was a single purchase. It's now a monthly. I think it's like $20 a month, $19. I don't know. Maybe 30. I don't know. I don't know what it is now because I don't have to worry about that. But I'm also using a tool called the Stream Deck, which is this little beast right here. On Black Friday, I just bought the 32 key version, so I'm going to have a much bigger one. But this is where it has, each key is its own little TV screen.
Spell it out for me, won't you, Mitch?
Well, I did spell it out for you. Right now I have some audios. This entire thing is Mitch phrases.
Preoccupied by Mitch.
That's me. I'm preoccupied by myself. But as you navigate, you can navigate to different places and the screens change. And so you can have functions, you can launch programs, you can do all kinds of cool stuff, which is how I am playing with the audios, right? So Stream Deck, really cool. If you're going to do any kind of live stuff, I highly advise it, and I highly advised the 32 key because I already am getting frustrated with the 15 key. So this is my first screen of sounds. It's kind of hard to see these white ones over here, but I have the cash register. I know that that's in the lower right-hand corner. I use that one a lot, so I don't even have to look at that when I'm touching it. I know that's in the lower right-hand corner, and I can do it without looking down. Some of the other ones, like this top row, is folders. Like this one is... it's hard to do backwards. This one is the Mitch folder. So in order to get to that, I have to go 2 levels down. And then if I want to go back, I have to hit this key to go back. So I end up leaving a key where I have to go backwards and forwards and folders and stuff. So that's why I'm hoping the 32 key when I'm doing a live thing. Because the other thing is, if I go back and I go to Ecamm folder, so I have a different layout. Like this button tells me how many people are on right now. This button shows a banner, which I have covered over with your comment right now. So I can turn that on and off. This button shows my face over in the corner if I'm doing screen sharing. Don't do anything right now. But so I have all these buttons set up for doing Ecamm, but then I don't have the sounds to go with it, right? So I either need another Stream Deck or I need the 32 key that has 15 more keys. because you rapidly lose. I mean, if you have keys to do a lot of functions, you quite rapidly run out. Which is a sidetrack I didn't intend to go on, but I love my Stream Deck. And my new one arrives on Friday. I might get that, Pete says. I was in, and I know I'm doing my own Facebook Live, but I was on a Zoom call this last week with a group of people. We do a weekly call, and one of the gals, because I started playing my sounds.
Danger, danger!
And she was like, I want Mitch on my weekly calls, because Mitch is fun, because I keep adding all these different sounds, and I'm trying to learn where they are without looking down, right? Because it's much nicer when you're doing face to face, and I can just do,
Oh boy!
yeah. But that's my Stream Deck, and that's how I get there. And I try to have fun with what we're doing, right? I don't want to just be boring. Anyway, so that's searchie, and that's a really long sidebar about Stream Deck. And thank you, Pete, for coming in and asking the question. I don't get any commission if you go to Amazon and buy the Stream Deck. The 15 key is $149. The 32 key is $299. It was on sale for it's $249. It was on sale on Black Friday for $199. And I'm still trying to decide. I might end up keeping the 15 key and just have them side by side, and maybe this one is just the audio, or maybe, I don't know. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. I might end up with 30 plus 15. That's 47 keys. Shamal, side question. Have you run giveaways on holiday seasons? What were your experiences? Have you had more or less engagements? Great question. Fabulous question. I haven't typically done any kind of holiday stuff, but I did post a chart in the UpViral group the other day, and I'm going to open at UpViral to a client's campaign. It was not my campaign. She ran it. She created it. I just consulted. And so let me go into UpViral and turn on my screen so you can see she has given me permission to share. But this is the last 15 days, these charts down here at the bottom. Notice this severe drop-off. Guess what day that is? 11/27 was what? Oh, you can't see. Let me get rid of your question, Shamal. I have not found a Stream Deck key to get rid of that question. I have to physically use my mouse, and that's bothering me. But this date right here is the 27th. What day is that? That was United States Thanksgiving. Bam! Traffic dropped off like a rock. And it stayed down. I do know, I have tracked a bit, and I do believe summers are slower than winters. I believe the best season for running giveaways is winter when there's no other distractions, and that would be January through May. I do know that people tell me that they ran a Black Friday preview kind of campaign. Let me go into the stats, and you can see the full stats. All time, I want the last 30 days. So there was this big drop off right there at Thanksgiving. And don't be confused by, total visitors did come up a little bit a couple of days. But did you know you could turn those on and off, by the way? I bet most people don't know you can do that. Bonus feature. So I specifically have not looked other than this campaign, and I've looked for vague variances like summers. I believe summer is a big distraction to people, and that there are fewer entrants in summertime than there are other times of the year. I don't have a 100% guarantee of that, but that's just a gut feel that I have, and I've seen that bit of experience. Great question. Really appreciate that question. Any other questions before I start rambling and go on for another 2 hours like I did last night? I had to cut it off because I was like, I gotta go to bed. Great questions last night. People were really engaged, and I really appreciated that. I appreciate you guys. The 3 of you that are currently watching, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. That helps show my Facebook videos to other people, and I'm kind of stalling in case somebody has a question. Shamal says, thanks. I appreciate you too, Shamal. Shamal, if you don't know, if you haven't talked to him before, runs some amazing campaigns in UpViral. I steal stuff from him. Great question. Hey, look at this. This is the money question. Robert Hales says, do you have a website showing your UpViral services? Huh. I'm working on that, actually. As a matter of fact, oops, pushed the wrong key. If you go to giveawayrocket.com, I spelled it wrong, gr.s. I'm using a keyboard shortcut. And you go to giveawayrocket.com, and you play, look, there's confetti, woohoo! If you go to the resources tab, this is how many leads I have generated for clients and for myself, by the way, 230,681. If you go to the resources tab, and I'm actually working on actually building a store as opposed to just doing it this way. But for now, this is it. You can see, by the way, thank you for asking, Robert. If you go to this first link, I have a broken tongue. Let me get rid of your question. I have this new daily contest tip email that will come to your inbox every day with a brand new tip. And some people don't want a daily email, but if you get it, set it on daily email, and it comes to you, and it's, I put at the top what the tip is, and then I explain it. So if you just want to get the tip, it's right at the top. Doesn't take long to read. If you want to read more about it, there's more to read. And if you want to reply and talk to me about that, that's great. That helps my open rates and stuff. But some people have asked for a weekly, and I'm kind of fighting that because I feel like if I do a weekly, then it won't be top of mind. I am selfish and greedy, and I want people to be thinking about contests all the time because I still believe firmly the contests are the #1 way to do what? Generate revenue. Generate leads, you generate revenue. When you convert your leads to buyers, then you're making money. You always got to be trying to get new leads. Why is this not the #1 thing on everybody's agenda? And so I firmly believe that if you're getting a daily email that reminds you, gives you a new tip that says, oh, I hadn't thought about that. Maybe it doesn't apply instantly right now, but you're going to log it in your head and go, oh. And what I'm going to do is compile all those into an ebook or a book, of course, which will be a small fee to help feed my family. But that is available right now if you jump into the resources, and it's the very first one. I thought that button would take me back to the front. So, all my other services are here, like the Win Together program, demo contests, a list of custom actions. This one up here, my UpViral Advanced Statistics spreadsheet. Sold a copy of that yesterday. Thank you to... Oh, I've forgotten his name. Dang it. There are free things here. My YouTube channel is there, which will soon, of course, become my searchy widget. If you want me to do a review on your campaign... Oh, look, Pete Stone says, I have an Upfire campaign running, but I am getting leads, but not much sharing. Maybe Pete wants to ask me some questions about that. Huh. Maybe he should do a giveaway review. That's only $50. Happy to do that for you, Pete. You want the Done For You giveaway? Contact me. There is a page for that. I have email scripts. I have Rent My List. I have hourly consulting. I have the Alt giveaway checklists, which is not really available right now because I haven't finished it yet. There are other things on here. There's case studies. There's another demo. There's my free countdown timer, which you can use on your campaign. Here's my question. I'm not doing a contest, but I am doing a preview release campaign, which requires leads to share or join my group to get access. Brilliant. And they're not doing that. So they are not seeing enough value. You're not doing a good enough job, I guess, to convince them to do the sharing part. Is that kind of the summary there? I didn't get my water before I started. I'm kind of thirsty. I would obviously have to look at it a little bit, but based on your question, there's not enough juice in the bucket for me to go share that with people. Or they don't think people will understand it. Or they don't think people will be interested. Maybe it's too niche-y. Maybe they don't have friends that they think will be interested in it. There is one thing that Wilco talks about all the time. Let me turn off the screen sharing. Wilco talks about this all the time in that, and I agree with him, and the easy example to understand is the adult toys. Say you're trying to do a contest with adult toys. Most people don't want to go sharing that on their Facebook feed or even privately sometimes, unless they're in some sort of a club. They might go to the club and go, hey, you guys could enter this, you could win a blah, 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 right? So the shareability has to be something that they're willing to do. It is very niche-y, Pete says. Come on, nobody would share that. I'm assuming you're talking about the adult toys, right? So this is something you have to consider when you're creating a campaign. And maybe, because I don't know the niche yet, you haven't told us what the niche is, but maybe instead of giving away the thing, or, one of the other options could be to give away something that's similar instead of just giving away the thing. And I know you're talking about early access, so maybe that doesn't really necessarily apply. I know I've talked to a couple of different people in the last couple of months that they're giving away the vacation thing, right? There are places where you can go buy vacations really cheaply, and they're giving those away instead of giving away the thing that they end up wanting to sell, because it's a close enough fit that they can weed out the people that just came for the free vacation. So, again, I don't know what your niche is yet, Pete, but I don't know. I don't honestly have the answer to every question that comes through. I certainly can give you some feedback, give you my opinions, but I tend to think that it's a niche issue. A niche issue. And see, that's one of the other things about searchie. If you heard the first part of the conversation about searchie, I tend to talk very fast sometimes, and sometimes searchie doesn't transcribe my words because I'm going so fast. So I have to potentially slow down and talk more clearly in certain cases so I don't mess up the transcription. But then I don't want to be boring because I'm talking more slowly. I do get kind of animated about this stuff. But thanks, Pete. Thanks for asking the question. Of course, if you want to get do a consultation, I'd be happy to do that. Anytime, any place. I had a potential new client this morning that I had a conversation with, which part of their problem is they don't want to give away what it's a software as a service. And they want to do a referral program, but they're like, what can we do? Because we don't want to just give away the service. I mean, it is an interesting conversation, right? Dropbox did it really well. And I don't know whether it applies. If you go back and think about the Dropbox example, and I know Wilco uses it, everybody uses it, because it's something that most people understand. When Dropbox started, in order to gain traction, theirs is a free plus offer, right? You can get 5 gigabytes, 10 gigabytes, whatever their current offer is. 5 gigabytes of storage space up in the cloud for free, with the hope that you're going to need more space than that, and you're going to buy space. That's where they're going to make their money. So it's a free plus upsell kind of deal. If you can live with the free space, which is what I'm still doing, then, they're okay with that. They've figured that into the pricing scheme. But what they did was they said, hey, if you bring a friend on, we'll give you 5 gigs, and we'll give them 5 gigs when they sign up. So that was the incentive. Pete says, yes, is ours a free plus offer also, right? So I'm preaching to the choir here. But for those of you else that are out there, in this case when I was talking to the client, I'm like, maybe what you do is something like Dropbox did. There was another company, the funny story, there was another company, and it was called Copy, which I thought they had I don't think they named it right either. Dropbox is interesting, and you can eventually understand what Dropbox is, a box of space in the sky, whatever. But Copy just didn't really kind of make sense to me. But they did that kind of same thing as Dropbox. And they didn't put a limit on, I'm laughing, right? Hold with me. They didn't put a limit on how much space you could get. And I had a very popular blog in photography at the time. And photographers need space, right? So I did a review. And I compared Copy versus Dropbox. And of course, I had my affiliate link in there, and I said Copy was better. I had several reasons why I liked Copy. I got over a terabyte of free copy space up on the web. And then I used it for years. And then they went out of business because they gave away too much free space. That's why I like to laugh about that. So maybe I'm the reason they went out. No, I'm just one guy. I didn't cause them to go out of business. But I had a whole terabyte of free space up on Copy's website. So maybe there's an idea in there somewhere, Pete. Again, I don't know if I've helped you or not. Robert, I haven't replay checked out Facebook Live. Is your live done on a personal or a business page? No, I didn't say 100 terabytes. I said 1 terabyte. 1 T. Shamal said 100 T. No, I had 1 T. But they were only giving away 5 gigabytes, right? So it takes a lot of 5 gigabytes to get up to 1 T. My Facebook Live, right now, this one, is done on my personal page, on my personal timeline. Why is that, you ask? That's kind of theoretically against Facebook's recommendations, right? I mean, this is kind of a business conversation. I do that because the vast majority of people are on my personal timeline. I have yet to convince 2,000 people to go over and join my business page. So I keep doing it on my personal timeline. I know a woman by the name of Danielle Whittingham who does all of her business on her personal page, on her personal timeline. She does at least 3 live Facebooks a day. She is grossing over $1 million a year, and she swears up and down that she makes $3,000 every time she does a Facebook Live, on average. I'm not doing that. But I do it on my personal timeline because I know I've got more of you people connected to me than if I do it on my business page, and I think I have 200 people on my giveaway rocket that like it. Nobody's ever going to see it. So, yes, Facebook says to do it on your business page. It is what it is. They may shut me down someday. I don't know. But if Danielle can do $1 million in business on her personal timeline, I think I ought to be able to do it too. But it is Facebook. And why, thank you for asking this, Robert, why do I always tell you not to rely on something like Facebook for your income? I love the phrase, people have started saying this, Facebook is rented space. You're paying for it or you're borrowing it. Email list is yours to keep. You got to be working your email list. Email is still the #1 return on investment, ROI, of any tool. And studies that I've looked at recently say that email still generates 40 times more income than Facebook. I say that again, 40 times more income than Facebook through email. UpViral doesn't have 2-sided giveaways yet. I don't know what that means, Shamal. I'm not sure I understand what a 2-sided giveaway is. Will you please explain that? Most big businesses utilize contests at least one time in their journey. Even Outlook has used this. Pretty amazing what word of mouth can do. Yes! Huh, my sound didn't work. There it goes. I don't know that I have to preach that one, but word of mouth is exactly what you want. Word of mouth is the best thing on the planet and has been the best thing on the planet since people were human, since people were evolved or created by the deity or whatever you believe. Word of mouth is the strongest marketing thing there is, because your personal recommendation is worth $1 billion more than McDonald's spewing their advertising all over the place. And that's why we love the referrals of UpViral and other tools. A 2-sided giveaway is rewarding both the referrer and the referee. So you're like the Dropbox example. I got it. I mean, technically, it depends upon how you did it. Inside of UpViral, you could set it up that you can set it up, Shamal, where the direct entrant gets 1 point, and then if they refer somebody, they get, let's say, 20 points, but you can also give 20 points to the referee. So the referrer and the referee both get 20 points when that person signs up. You can do that inside UpViral if that's what you want to reward them with is points. You can do that. I think it's I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it, but you can do that. It's only points. But if you had I don't know what UpViral's doing on the back end. But if you had only a point system, I guess you could give. There wouldn't be an email that goes there. Well, there is actually an email that goes. Sure, you could. If you had, you can do that in UpViral. So you give 20 points. Let me show you. Right. Let me switch back to. And again, it's points based only, right? In UpViral. I cannot do it on her live campaign, but maybe I can just go over here and pretend. So if you go into setup and you're on the points page, there are these 4 boxes. Typically what I do is put 1 and 1, and I don't give any visits. So there's 50 points for each referred lead. So I could theoretically put 50 in this box. So this box is the referee would get 50 points for signing up. The referrer gets 50 points for the referee signing up. So if you set the rewards to go out, right? I'm not going to save that. I'm just going to go over to the email notifications. Come on, email notifications. There isn't a reward in here, but there would be an email for the reward to go out to the referee, and then there's this email that goes out for the referrer. So you could give a reward every time somebody signed up. Not perfect. Shamal says, yes, points can be shared, but prizes. GrowSurf is capable of doing more than that. Here's an example. All right. Can I grab that? Facebook. Let's go to Facebook.Planet Mitch. I can't click the link inside of Ecamm. So look at my family. We're laughing. This is the thing I hate about Facebook. Why isn't it showing me that comment right now? I can't get to that comment. I'll have to look at it later. I don't know why I can't get to that comment. If I do play and this, sometimes I really dislike Facebook. The problem is real-time comments is what it's going to show me while it's live. Right? Will I get to see it? How come your comment with that link in it isn't here? I'll have to look at it later, Shamal. I don't have an answer for you, and I haven't seen enough about GrowSurf to be able to let you know. Somebody's popping in with a comment. Ah, you gave it to me in a comment in Messenger. I'm looking at it, but I don't... Oh, okay. So, let me share this, I guess. Let me turn off your comment. So this is like a referral program inside of GrowSurf. So you're getting $50 and they get $50. Share your unique links, friends sign up. We give you both $50. Nice. Cha-ching! I know that some people like GrowSurf. I just haven't made time to go look at it. I've got so many tools to think about and do, and I get distracted with everything else. So I need to look at that because some people just want to do... I mean, it's basically a reward program, right? I didn't see the page before this was just a chart. The page before this, it was just this chart, so I don't actually see what the campaign looks like. Is it just that? Is it just a reward program? Or you said it was a giveaway and a reward program. Anyway, we're getting distracted. I need to go do a couple other things before I go to bed. And my intent... Shamal says, I got it for the affiliate aspect. All right. Maybe we should chat about that offline. I got to get ready to go do some stuff. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I love chatting with all y'all, even though it's kind of one-sided because I'm doing all the talking and you guys only get to do text. I just noticed these... What is this? Why is there a thread there? You don't care. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see if I can do something fun on the way out. Because I have some new sounds, right? How about... That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know. I have to... That's my horse. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again another evening. If you have any questions, of course, please let me know. Thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.